Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you tonight, you are going to love every second, because CNN was out interviewing for a lot of clips in the area of Maine around this terrible tragedy. And they were a little surprised and probably didn't expect what the real people, like the everyday people of America, said around the questions they were asked. You guys are going to love every second of it. Let me hear you in the comments below, and please send this one out, because this reflects something bigger than just the gun controllers' dreams who are screaming from the rooftops. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. We are fighting every single day for the Second Amendment to go to the next generation. We'd love to have you along for the ride. Now, I got to tell you about the Vanish giveaway one more time, and then we are going to hit this. My brothers and sisters, I am excited to bring you what I think is the biggest giveaway that I've ever seen on this channel, and it's brought to you by Vanish Holsters. Now, Vanish Holsters is made for the everyday American concealed carry patriot, not the upper echelons of the gun world. We're talking somebody who wants to have a gun, have it be comfortably stored, and safely stored to protect themselves and those that they love. This is the most comfortable holster that you're ever going to wear. This is a 48-inch belt that fits universally to anybody, and it's completely ambidextrous. It has a no stink material, and it fits up to a 46-inch waist. This is something that you're going to want to check out. Look at this. They are launching the biggest giveaway I have ever had on this channel. They are giving one of you this incredible Jeep Gladiator and $25,000 worth of gold thanks to Vanish. To enter, all you have to do is click the link in the description and get yourself the most comfortable holster you've ever worn, and Vanish is hooking you up. Get $40 off now when you use my link in the description box. All right, my brothers and sisters, so one of the things, a key update of actually doing something and actually changing things for the better for our Second Amendment is a letter system that we just put in place. Up to 3,700 of you from the filming of this video have signed on to a letter that I wrote going to the Speaker of the House, encouraging him to continue holding the line against all the gun control pressure and thanking him for his previous support. I'd love to see you guys on there. We're going for a goal of 10,000. It's going to be sent out on November 3rd, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think in the comments field, and it's linked in the description field, and I'd love to see you there. Like I said, 3,700 people in under 24 hours. Thank you for that. All right, my brothers and sisters, we have got to hit this, because this right here, in wake of these tragedies, and these are absolute tragedies, I don't like talking about these things. I don't. I wish we could figure out a way to stop them, other than the fact, though, hey, just ban everything, because that's not the solution. That's pretty one-dimensional thinking and pretty idiotic, to be quite honest with you. But we can't talk about anything else, like mental health. I can't right now. We're not going to go down to that. I'm going to show you what CNN said, because the object of the media is very clear. They want bans on ARs. They want magazine bans. They want all these things. We've talked about that ad nauseum for the last 3 years together. However, they're a little surprised when real-world people address real-world problems in an American Second Amendment supporting way, and they get surprised every time. Watch this anchor's reaction when this woman describes what happened, who witnessed this. Check this out.
What did you tell your daughter who was with you? I just can't imagine, as a mother, how to make sense of it and to relay that to a child.
It's just starting to be, stuff like that gets real when something so big happens. It's like, okay, yeah, it really could be our school next. So we came home, and she wanted to lock up right away. We locked up the windows, everything. I do have a firearm, so it made her feel better to know that I was carrying it around and had it all ready to go. She was scared somebody was going to come into our home, and I told her, you gotta remember that odds could be so slim for that. So try not to worry so much, but I will do whatever I can to make you feel better.
Did you catch that body language change, the body posture of the anchor? When the interviewee was going down the road of someone being very scared and being concerned, she was leaning into it, and she was really showing a lot of emotion on her face, really diving into the conversation. The second that's this woman who's being interviewed shifted from, I was so scared it could be me next, to, so I had my firearm and I assured my daughter I would take care of her, which is a basic parent instinct. All of the parents in the audience would understand that completely. It shifted. Her body language got very rigid all of a sudden, and she backed away, and she wasn't all empathetic on her face. She became stoic again. That's incredibly important. And now, the reason that I'm hitting this first one, there's two clips here. The first one, the woman was actually going down the road of, I'm so terrified it could be us next, so I'm taking precautions, and I've got a Second Amendment, and I'm protecting myself. That's a key point to understand. because the left does not understand that mentality. The idea is get rid of all bad things, and if something else happens, call the police to bring bad things, even though they're bad things, but I need the bad things currently. That's the mindset that we're dealing with right now. But this woman is doing what everyday Americans do, not what the elites do in their CNN centers. But now, I got one more thing for you, because amidst all the calls for every type of ban under the sun with vitriolic, profanity-laden tirades on X, here's another one. And listen to what the guy says, because the body language of this interviewee is incredibly important. Then I'm going to show you the reaction of the people in this same area a couple days later.
It's just nerves are rattled right now. Keeping an eye on the woods. Because I know those woods down there, they run right back here. And I got my daughter inside.
Your daughter, how old is your daughter?
She's 10 years old. And my oldest daughter, she works at the Walmart DC too. And I had to message her to find out if she's okay. And it's very unnerving right now.
Seeing those officers with those long guns walking through.
That actually made me feel better. Seeing the cops coming around here, that makes me feel a million times better. In a situation like this, I wish I had a firearm.
Okay, that's a very key point. So I want to re-illustrate, as I will in every single video around this topic, I want you to understand, I feel for these people. This is not something that I want to bringing up. It's not something that they've done anything wrong, the interviewees. These people are living through tragedy. They're living through fear. They're living through a shock to the system. I don't wish it on anyone. I don't want it for anyone. However, the focal point of this video is what they are saying in response to that shell shock, in response to that fear. That's the point. That's what's so powerful here. That's what all the leftists, Davey Hogg, Shannon Watts, that's what they aren't connecting. He just said it flat out. That guy was quite literally in the middle of it. He had a daughter in the general area he needed to check in on. He has a younger 10-year-old who he's scared near the woods, which I completely understand. But his solution is when the anchor or the interviewer or the reporter, whatever you want to call this individual, said, and when the police came with their very scary long guns, and the guy did a 180 and goes, that actually made me feel pretty good. It's all about providing safety. You can have all of your highfalutin liberal concept of perfect utopia, but when you get down to the everyday American, the second something bad happens, they go, no, I actually felt pretty good when the police were walking around with those long guns, and actually kind of made me wish I had a firearm as well. The point here is not around this tragedy. What the point is this is around the people's reaction to when they have a stimuli of fear. The woman, the first person we talked to, so my daughter was scared. I told her it was okay. I had a gun. It made my daughter feel better that I was carrying a gun and I would protect her at all costs. It's pretty American. That's pretty patriotic. That's pretty family. It's pretty parent. This dad, I'm terrified and scared for my children. It made me feel better when the police were around with those long guns. It didn't terrify me like you just tried to do in that pitch. And then I wish I had a gun too to protect my family and my daughter. The entire point that I'm trying to illustrate here is these are real world, real examples of people making the decision to overcome that fear because the love of their family member is bigger than the fear itself. And that's the key point. That's what CNN's not getting. That's what all of them are not understanding. The reason that Americans adopt these Second Amendment rights that we have in this beautiful country is because we have the ability to protect ourselves. We don't need to rely on somebody else to come and save us. That's the entire point. And they just are not connecting it. But I thought this was a great example, and CNN looked a little flat-footed, to be quite honest with you. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.